Some of you guys may remember this stump right here from a previous video. When we dug it out, I chopped a layer off and we surfaced it down. Well, in this video, we're gonna finish chopping it up and hopefully turn them into some coffee tables in the future. So let's get to it. All right, we got the old Pull and Pro here. It's been a while since I started her up, so let's see if she starts up. So the chain is a little bit loose. It's probably gonna fall off a few times. So let's hope we can get this to work right.
Alright, so at this point we're having a couple of problems. One, the chainsaw is not starting. I'm having a tough time starting it. And two, the chain is slightly long.
I'll be right back. Alright, we're back. One clean carburetor, a new spark plug, and a few lost screws later. And whoops, forgot to turn that on. Let's get this party started.
Alright, so at this point it kind of looks like we're off to a slow start, but if you look just below where all the chips are flying off, you can see some huge chips coming off that stump right there. So despite the looks, it is cutting pretty good. Alright, so at this point you might notice that the throttle kind of sounds like it's fluctuating up and down. I think that's because I have to mess around with the carburetor and adjust it some, but nonetheless I do get it working good enough to make the cut. So I pretty much just leave it at that and I perform the rest of the cut.
I had to pull out some of the old chain and bar oil here. Looks like my chain started getting real hot. It looks blue now. It's kind of cool actually. Oh well. What can you do? I just filled it up with oil, so let's go for round two.
And here we are back for round two. In the first corner we got the 50cc Pull and Pro, and in the second corner we have our heavyweight stump champion of the year. But the question remains, will this chainsaw hold up?
Oh yeah, check that out. Look at all these beautiful chips. Look at that. That was cutting it real nice. Let's check this out. That is going to be some stunning grain for sure. Once we surface this and flatten it out, it didn't come out quite as perfect as I wanted it to, but it came out pretty good. I think it's a little bit thicker on this side than it is. I did not mean to do that. Than it is on this side, but I did make sure to compensate, and it is way thicker than it needs to be. So that way, when we surface it, it doesn't make the table too thin. So this is going to come out perfect. I'm gonna try to cut out one more, maybe two, then we'll call it. This next one is gonna be quite difficult to cut because of the odd shape of the stump here, but let's see what we can do. I'm gonna try to cut it, say about right here, get another slice out. That way, hopefully we get a really cool cookie and we can fill it with epoxy and see how that looks.
Alright, so far in the project, the chainsaw has been working for me up to this point. Usually this chainsaw always gives me problems. It has given me several problems in the past, but I've been pretty fortunate so far. So hopefully we don't have any more problems, like the chain falling off, even though it's a little bit bigger. So that might actually happen. We'll find out. Or like the engine getting too hot, bogging down and dying out on me. That's another problem that's happened. And then I gotta wait like 40 minutes for it to cool down. But it usually does take a long time to get to that point. This Pull and Pro is a champ when you have it running right and the carb's all set right. But I'm not always the best when it comes to setting carburetors. That being said, I would say that I'm just good enough to get by.
Alright, so it looks like I accidentally cut this into a few pieces, but that's alright. We can always glue them back together or come up with something creative. Still got this last little piece. Go ahead and chop that right off. Alright, so this is the whole piece right here. Did break, but that is totally fine. We can always fill it in with epoxy, or we can glue it back together and come up with something super creative. I think this is going to be a good piece right here for sure. But if we look at what's left, check this out. The farther we go, the more unique these pieces are coming out. This next piece is going to be insane looking. I absolutely love how this is looking right here. This super crazy shape. I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to do with it. It's definitely going to be a table of some kind, but in terms of epoxy, that's going to be pretty difficult to figure out. We still have some good thickness here to get at least maybe two more pieces out of it. I'm thinking if I can get it perfectly in half, but that's a lot easier said than done. So we'll see how it comes out. I'm probably going to do this another day because I'm getting tired as hell. So I'll see you guys tomorrow.
All right, here is the stump. I'm not gonna leave you guys hanging like that. It's actually been several months since I cut those cookies out, and I am gonna finish using those cookies for a project of some kind. I just kind of got busy with other stuff, but this is the stump right here. You can tell it's been a little bit weatherized. Not a problem. We can always clean that right up, but I'm not gonna leave you guys hanging. I'm gonna show you guys what one of the cookies does look like. If we come over here to the shop, you'll notice it is no longer a tent. This is the brand new shop, and I gotta turn the generator on to get some light in here. And I have one of the cookies right here, so I'm actually gonna put this up on the table real quick. And look at that beauty. This thing does have some incredible looking grain. I already surfaced this in one of my previous videos. If you guys want to see that video, I'll post it up on the screen right here. I'll also leave a link in the description if you want to check that out. But that grain looks incredible. I am definitely going to use this for something. I believe, I forgot the exact size, it's roughly about 30 inches across, something like that. Let's flip it over to get a look at the back side. Alright, this is the bottom side of it, and check that out. Also some incredible grain. I really like these patterns going on here. I think that's going to look real cool once we put some kind of finish on it. I'm thinking maybe a French polish shellac or some kind of oil finish. Not exactly sure yet, but this thing is going to look beautiful. I think that's going to go ahead and wrap it up for now. I will be posting some future videos on this project, so if you guys want to check that out, follow my page, go ahead and click that subscribe button, comment, don't forget to hit that notification bell, and have an awesome day.